Hello studious minds, and welcome back to Pagan Philosophy, the channel where we strive to further our understanding of what it truly means to love knowledge. Have you ever wondered why people today say oh my god instead of oh my gods, like plural? Well, there was a time when instead of walking down the street to your local church or mosque, you would walk down to your local pagan temple where a religious festival in honor of one of many gods would be taking place. You would leave an offering or maybe burn some incense, and then you'd be on your way. But where did these religious ideas go? When did the Western world lose sight of these older gods? Well, in order to figure this out, we have to go back to that first place to ever taste world domination. Oh yes, folks, Rome. During the time of the Roman Empire, Rome extended from northern Egypt all the way to the Gauls and covered everything in between. In a seemingly systematic attempt to further their borders, the Romans would conquer city after city after city. And upon doing this, they would overthrow their governments, economies, and even their religious systems. And as the majority of these cities revered many gods, so the Romans would adopt their deities, absorbing the diverse belief systems of many cultures. But this wouldn't last forever, seeing as how an executed Judean would soon come to be worshipped as a god. Yes, the Christians had begun spreading their message, and yes, they would begin gaining traction over the next few centuries. But the very first Christians, like Paul, were not Christians at all, but were actually Jews, like Jesus, the man whose ideas they were spreading. Naturally, they would take their Jewish ideas with them, like refusing to worship gods from other cultures. And thus the early Christians would only worship their one God. But why does this matter? Well, as mentioned earlier, these Christians began spreading like wildfire, and their ideas wouldn't stop dispersing until they found their way into the imperial house. The Emperor Constantine, who was originally a pagan, would come to convert to this relatively new religious movement. It was him who eventually made Christianity the official religion of the Roman Empire. But what about everyone else? What about all those other people who were still worshipping those old pagan gods? Well, this is when things get weird. Christians didn't appreciate people under their control worshipping other gods, so under the authority of Christian emperors, the formal persecution of pagans would begin around the mid-4th century AD. Up until the 6th century AD, we can see the scattered remnants of the last pagans, many of whom were philosophers or intellectuals clinging to the old ideas of pagan philosophy. But as you guessed, independently pagan religious ideas would be wiped away. Some pagan ideas would come to influence certain monotheistic religions like Islam and Christianity, but as independent phenomena, they would be no more. So if you ever wondered why you haven't sacrificed an animal to the Roman god Jupiter, or why you've never been initiated into an ancient pagan mystery cult, this is in part why. If you enjoyed this video, please remember to like and subscribe, and as always, my friends, stay studious.